Hello. Hey, so tonight we're going to have a big blizzard, big snowstorm. We're looking at about 16 or 17 inches. And so I figured, since I can't sleep right now, I'm going to stream a little bit while I put together a Mortis engine, which I did not know they had variants. I did not know they were like a Coven Throne and the Bloodseeker Palanquin, because I've never actually seen a Mortis engine except in Total War Warhammer. They don't have these other two in it. Not sure what the difference is. It looks like the other two have some vampire women. And I kind of just want the Mortis engine, though, because I remember it's really good in Total War Warhammer. And it comes in a box that I guess this is for their older stuff. So it's not like there's no picture on it, no nothing. It wasn't even tape shut. And hopefully the screws are all there. It looks like they are because there's this, and there's this, and then there's this, and two bases. Looks very spooky. And you get a big Age of Sigmar base and a Warhammer Fantasy base, which I'm going to be using the Warhammer Fantasy base. I do not play Age of Sigmar. So I'm going to get down to it, and hopefully I'm going to get a little tired. I can get rid of this base here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to angle this down. Focus down here. And this is going to be the work area for tonight. So, might as well clean the space real quick. I'm surprised it can fit on such a small base. Like, I thought the figure looks really huge and elaborate. So I don't know. All right, let's get started. I've been on a undead vampire counts kick, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was like an actual figure. Don't know why I would doubt it. Still, 10 and 23. We need horses. It really doesn't look like there's a lot of pieces to it. Like, it has some fairly large pieces. Horses. Here it is, 10. It looks like a lot of the pieces are sort of married together. Like, these are two horses that are stuck together end to end. Three now. Numbers aren't very clear. It isn't. How old is this? 99? That's crazy. Can't be. It doesn't say. No date, which is too bad. Okay, let's see, maybe 10's over here. I'm looking for like half of a horse. Wait. Yeah, half of a horse. 23. Okay, there we go. These are really old looking skeletons. I feel like it'll be fun to paint though. "26, 27, 11, and 12. So let's see. There we go. Big Viking hat. Or not really Viking, because Vikings didn't really have horns on their helmets, did they? So hello and goodbye. Let's see. Lance. I was thinking I needed a good sort of centerpiece model. Vorderite kind of does that though. I mean, he's a good giant figure, but I want something to be like a counterweight on the other end of the line. Skeleton head. Getting cold. "12 is a sword." There we go. I can already tell this is kind of going to be rough to glue because some of these are not going to stick well. There. "24, 25, 22. Go big bat ear helmet here. Okay. Let's clean these up. This plastic feels strange. Not like typical GW plastic for some reason. Wonder why. Probably going to need to replace this blade here soonish. It's getting a little dull. Still have like 100 and some. I got this pack from Amazon. A ton of little blades for the X-Acto. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Let me replace this. I've actually put a pretty good dent in this. So there's only about 50 left. Maybe less. There we go. That's much better. Way more smooth. No idea how long this kit's going to take. Feels a little daunting because it's hard to identify like what piece is what and where it should go just from a glance. Okay. I really am looking forward to painting though. I need to figure out how to approach it though. Because for all the ghostly stuff, it might be actually better to prime it white. Use contrast. I don't know. An old friend of mine would just say, prime the entire thing white and do the entire thing in the ghostly phantom shade. So it's like, it's ethereal. Just one color. That'd be too easy. It's one of those pastel paints over there. Speed paints. Like a ghostly blue. I need to be careful of this. Whenever I change a blade on a stream, I always end up cutting myself. Go just a little bit. Only had blood on camera once. I hate shaving stuff off the bottom of really flimsy little pieces. There. Okay. Hmm. There it is. Okay, glue. And this. Right. Things like that. It fits well at least. Good stick. This goes where? It doesn't seem right. It's over here. Oh, that's why. There we go. Oh, that's neat. This is very neat. Kind of clicks right in there too. So the guy in front has. Oh, these are not going to be happy. Man, skeletons have like 0 surface area for connecting. That's going to suck. Let's try. Let's give it a try. Give it a try. We have to use super glue. An accelerant. There we go. Nah, that's going to be too iffy. So hello and goodbye. Try it again. Just feels like it does not sit well. Oh, there it goes. Wow. Move this a little. Yeah, that's good. Okay, other guy's head. It's a curious mix of ghosts, but also skeletons, which will make it interesting how to make it work, how to target this to paint it. All right. All right. Cool. He's coming together. I know these joints just feel kind of loose because they're skeletons, I guess. And I would end up ripping this off at some point. I'm just going to be moving this, and it's just going to fall right off. I missed a spot. Okay, try it again. If I angled it down some, it would I'd be able to glue it at 2 points. Wouldn't look as cool though. And this guy's sword. I wonder what their stats are. I suppose I should look it up at some point, but there's no one going to field it no matter what the stats are because it just looks cool. There we go. Ta-da. They are funky. All right, now how to like sit this so it does not. Yeah, there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I need. Oh crap! I need one more piece. 21, which is this sucker. Yes, this one right here. Also, hello. How's it going, guys? Tonight is a Mortis engine before the blizzard. Because I don't know if I will have connectivity tomorrow with everything going crazy. 16 inches of snow, which is going to suck. There we go. Well, I mean, it could be pretty though, like a good, blizzard. Stay hunkered in, hot cocoa and all that. So hello. We're working on a Mortis engine, which is a really nice sculpt, all told. Okay. So need this part. I wonder how many horsemen they have here. It looks like 4 or 6. I can't tell. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, now he needs his noggin and his lance. It looks like they've got like 4 horses and then a whole bunch of ghosts flying along next to it. So it's kind of cool. I hope this head goes on right. There. Hopefully it'll stick. I think this will be a challenge to paint. Just because I've never done ghosts and skeletons together at the same time in the same figure. And how is he holding this? Straightforward. Got to give this a little bit extra time because it does not have much purchase ground on the arm for the glue to stick. Look, it's a little soft. I could glue 2-point glue. I'm gonna take it off. How's the head? Head's not going well. Give it a little bit more. Okay, let's try it again. I can feel it's a little bit more gummy because glue is melting it. Let's give it a little bit of time. All right. Stay. We'll see. I don't trust it. Okay. And, I'm going to try to connect down here too. That's not going to work. That's not working. And try this point, and then try to compromise that as a contact point. And see if this will work. I'm curious how old this kit is because it doesn't have a date on the sprues. I mean, it's interesting casting, but it does not feel as well put together as some of the more recent stuff that GW's been doing. There's his head. I'll give him some time. Let's see. Stay over here. Maybe I can prop him up a little. There. All right, next part. Oh, some dude on foot running on alongside 2015 and 17. None of these. There's 20. These things all look very similar. Sort of hard to discern which is what. Yeah, 20. And then 15 and 17 is his head and his weapon, which is 17. He has a goofy little helmet. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. From the back, this helmet does not look quite so goofy. Okay. And then those pieces go together, and then that piece goes in, and then number 8, which is a ghost. Where is the ghost? I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Spooky. I've only ever seen these things in Total War Warhammer. I've never seen them on the table. It'll be neat to see like what it looks like all put together. It's like looks like a Spectre or a Grim Reaper. Oh no, no scythe. So not a Grim Reaper. And there it kind of looks like, I don't know if you can see. A little bit. Or it could be somebody's arm. Who knows? It's going to be fun to know to figure out like which parts of it are material and which parts of it are immaterial. It's going to be a heck to paint. At least for me. I'll probably watch some tutorials or something and see like people who've done it before and see how they approached it. Because I ain't proud. That's it. Okay. All right, this is that dude. He needs his head, which goes on right there. on the head spot. That's a better fit. And it just goes on, pop. Ooh, I missed a spot. Like right in the front. The big mold line. Also, hello. Building a Mortis engine for Warhammer Fantasy, or the old world. That's what it's called now. Where's his sword go? On the end of his arm. That would make sense. Which is right here, I think. Right here. This is not going to have very good contact area. Maybe I have to do it those both locations there. Okay. This has very crappy contact points, so I'm going to hold it here for a bit. I should probably just make the entire thing ethereal, since I guess it is, and not worry about the skeletons. Or maybe focus like on their weapons or something. I really have no idea how to approach this to paint it. I'll have to look something up. Stick. Okay. There's that little dude. And then this piece, this just goes slaps on there. There's nothing else I have to do with it. Did I clean it? Not well. Yes, it's clean. All right, now we put all these things together now, I think. Right. Okay, so this dude goes here. And then this goes here. I feel like I'm missing something. There's two holes there. Where's this? Where's the joins? There. So I think maybe I should paint these separate. I don't want to. So I'm not going to. I probably should. Okay, so this guy is the lead horse. That goes there. There we go. Goes like that. I think it does. It doesn't click into place, but it fits into place. I guess it needs that illusion of not being a single piece. That sucks. There's got to be a better way. Yeah, that's not right. Man. That. I think that's. Oh, bugger. Thing is, there's like hypothetical connection points because they're supposed to be separate pieces. Oh, hey, Blood. How's it going? Having a little bit of a devil of a time here. I think that's how it's supposed to go. But it does not fit well. Bugger. You up to anything tonight? Are you in a location where you have to worry about the coming blizzard? Yes, I am. All right. So at that point, it's hard to tell. I'm just having a hard time with this. So I think there. It just does not, it has too much wiggle room. Pulling along, no hobbying tonight. Cool. I'm a little bit worried. I've never been in like quite as heavy of a snowstorm as is coming. I think this is it. I'm going to try this. I want to try to glue this way. Because why not? See if it will stick. I'm just going to hold this for a little bit. We're supposed to get 16 and a half inches so far is the latest. But we should be okay. We got a generator installed a few months ago. Hopefully that'll hold. We'll see. I'm in New England, in Massachusetts, central, and so we're getting hit pretty decently. I don't know. Part of me still holds out hope that it's going away, but I don't think it is. Yeah, that did not glue. Darn it. I'm just having oh, there we go. There we go. I need to hold this and get some glue on this. My bane has always been night haunt figures. Driving in that. Well, good, man. Yeah, Lake Michigan. My grandmother used to live in that area. Or I don't know if it was Lake Michigan. What's the one that's Ohio? That's near Ohio. But I remember her hunkering down, dealing with it. Okay. All right. I'm just going to hold this for a bit because dang, that was a devil of a time. So you've ever put together a Mortis engine? I've been dying to talk to somebody who has because it's a funky kit. It's old. New helicopter. Okay, this goes in over here is apparently somewhere. Oh, darn. This thing. This damn thing. Cool. Yeah, it's I mean, this is a bunch of ghosts galloping forward. It's just it's an old kit, and the parts where it goes together, just man. I think this is it here, but I kind of want to break out the super glue and make it fit. But I don't want to like be wrong. It's got like these holes here for connection at some point, but I don't see anything to go and fit into those holes. Am I doing this? Like, am I doing something intensely stupid, maybe? No, these are the figures. This is the picture position. This is supposed to fit in. They're supposed to be both behind this guy. See if maybe there's another picture of that from a different angle. No, all the other pictures are from the exact same angle. Son of a... Looks like he's slightly ahead of this guy. So maybe there's a connection here. So. Aha! Aha, I think that's, yes. Yes, something, it just fit. It snuck right in. All right. And this thing is not nice. Although I put together the black coach like last year, and that was amazingly engineered. It was like my favorite project I have ever done. The black coach for the Soulblight Gravelords. And this is the opposite so far. Although it hasn't been that challenging. This is one, I've had one hurdle. Hopefully it'll stick. Also, thank you for the upvotes, as it were. Thumbs ups. Okay, let's see. Can you see him? I'm holding it for dear life. Let's see, this guy, he has... Does that go there or does that go there? Okay, he fits down here with his shoulder in that. That'll be interesting. All right. How is this huge thing going to fit on that tiny base? I mean, look at this. He has like an entire like carriage that goes on there. You know, maybe if I looked at a picture of it, that might have been a good idea before starting this. Might have been a slightly better idea. But I guess it's coming forward and off the base. That's going to be crappy to play on the table. All right, I'm going to keep holding this and I'm going to put this other piece on. This may be ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. That's not right. There. Okay, I think that's, no? Not there. Click. Doesn't feel right though, because it wiggles. Does sort of shoot off to an angle though. We'll have to see. I don't know. It wiggles back and forth. The thing is, the fits are so loose. Don't want to use super glue on it. That's pretty cool, though, I have to say. Damn, there's part of it that I missed. All right. That's good enough. Hopefully that stays. Now this Spectre on the other side goes in. He fits in. Oh man, he fits in like even further back. And this is going to be a little weird. Maybe this is going to show that I can't. No. Oh yeah, no, I've got perfect fit. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to have to actually glue that, and hopefully this doesn't fall apart. I hope it does not fall apart. Okay. Okay, stay. All right, that's insane. I mean, look at that. This entire part extends over the base. I'm guessing. I have not messed with it before. That is a cool figure. This is, I think I'm going to have to paint it all as ethereal. I kind of wanted to mix it with making the skeletons material and like painting them, but then everything else sort of the blue glow. But I don't know. I don't know. There he is. Like, because look, this is basically going to sit like this, I think, or maybe like this. If we build up off of this, this is so iffy. All right, that is page 1. Here's page 2. 46 minutes in. Page 2. All right. Oh, is I going to miss something? Nope. That's funky. All right. We got to get a whole bunch of other pieces here. Okay, this is kind of goofy. It says there's 2 number 13s here. I think I can pick out the pieces are very different, but these instructions look to play fast and loose with things. Okay. Ooh. Cool. You know what? I wonder if we're going to get some snowmobile people out here. This is my first winter here. This is a new house, and we're in. We moved about 2 hours west of where we used to live. So this is going to be like the coldest, thickest winter. Yeah, this kid is pretty frustrating, I have to say. I mean, so far. So that's one, but that was a pretty big one. And the whole, I mean, the numbers thing, but at least the pieces look strongly different. Yeah, they just misprinted. This is the piece's actual number is 14, but it just printed 2 13s. Actually looks like 3 13s. Like, did anybody proofread these? Hopefully, I hope so. And I've never given up on a kit before. The hardest one that I had the hardest time completing was the Incarn from the Eldari, because to get all those little flames to mesh together was very rough, because it wasn't very obvious, like where the connection points were with them. And when you connected them, they had tons and tons of wiggle room. So to get the circle of flames around the figure to complete was really rough. Yeah, chaos. Yeah. Well, you said you were working on World Eaters before, right? Well, Blood for the Blood God, I should imagine. So, okay, so shield. I need a 19, which is another shield, which is not on this sprue. Is there one over here? Is there one over here? Yes. I have lots of things I have not worked on or finished or started. So, but I have some chaos now for 40K. I had chaos for a long time for Old World, but I only recently got some for 40K. Okay, 19. Oh, I need a side. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, this makes me feel like I should go play a campaign of Vampire Counts on Total War Warhammer. Well, it's definitely around Heldrake, Daemon Prince, the whole, yeah, Battle Force. Oh, cool. Obliterators are neat, man. The new Obliterators are much nicer looking models than the older ones. Like, I felt the older ones were a little, corny. The newer ones are pretty nice. I saw some really good kit bashed Obliterators though once that lean more towards the demonic, I would have to say. Just demonic with guns. Like I think one was somebody who took what's the Demon Prince figure and broke it up partially and applied it to one of the smaller older dreads. It was rough, but it looked nice. It looked very chaosy. But I think the bases were too big. Like I remember he mentioned something about getting in trouble for having legitimate bases. Because they're like, aren't they on 40 millimeter or 50 millimeter or something? I think he had it like in a bigger base, like a 75. At first I was like, well, does that matter so much? 50 millimeter? Okay, cool. I was like, does it matter so much? But then I realized like, well, it does sort of for blocking and, moving the figures and figuring out close combat and all that. But it seems like if you put it on a bigger base, it would be a detriment in a lot of ways because it'd be easier to shoot, easier to get more people on him to kill him, that sort of thing. But I don't know. I'm not a game designer. It's kind of crazy. It's very quiet here. Like usually there's some sort of distant noise, ambience here because I'm like right in the woods. And I haven't even heard an owl tonight. It's like the forest is holding its breath for this coming blizzard. Though we had a lot of deer that crossed through. So many deer tracks. Yeah, it feels like everybody's hunkering down. There's like no, I have like a road that's just over to the side. It's not well traveled, but usually there's one person in every hour, but nothing all night. So we'll have to see. Okay, this thing is like this. So I did not shave this part. This noggin. This model is really complex. I mean, not complex like engineering wise, although kind of in some ways, just because it's organic. But there's so many little. I don't know if you see all the little dudes. That's like a mural almost. I'd say it's very neat. Did I finish shaving the rest of this? Yeah, I did. I just missed that one spot. But apparently, you can make this kit into 3 different things. There's like a vampire throne and a coven thing and coven. Okay, so we need 2 shields. This one goes on the higher. Oh, there. Oh, that's nice. That is interesting. This is a connection point. It's a. Let's see if we can get it. And it kind of sneaks in. I don't know if you can see under the hand. It's kind of neat. So it still looks organic. That's nice. And same one over here. That's kind of cool. And then this guy has, this does not look like it's going to connect well. Oh, wait, maybe, no. Which way does it go? It goes like this. It's hard to, oh, shit. little bit more glue there. Oh, okay. Ah, there. Okay. It does have a little snick contact point in there. Just getting the right angle. Gonna have to hold this for a bit though, because it just has like a millimeter of gluable area. I'm probably holding it the wrong angle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to watch. Like, I hope there's a video on YouTube or something of somebody painting this thing. It's the mix of skeletons and undead and ghosts. That's gonna be interesting. Right. Stay there, please. Stay there. God, I'm gonna put a little more glue and then hold it a little bit longer. Or maybe stay. Okay. It's there. Shields and whatnot. And then, okay, this is the side of the buggy or whatever, the carriage. Oh, that's messed up. This is, like, I don't know if you can see it. Like you put a side of the, oh darn, the thing fell off. The scythe, there, stay. I'll hold this for a bit. See, I remember my first Warhammer Fantasy army was a Vampire Count's army because I was a cheap bastard and I was a teenager, and the box set for like 60 skeletons was $12. And I was like, boom, almost an entire army. Little did I know that skeletons were worth like 0 points. Well, like 4. I think 4 points per model with just hand weapons, something like that. And then I got Lord Soth's cavalry charge, and I counted that as like there's my white cavalry, like 20 of them. It might have been 10. I don't know. All right. So now we need a bunch of skulls and funky carriage side, which I think this is it. This is 34. Yep, this is it. It looks like there might be some flaming skulls on this. I get the vibe that this is going to suck. Because it looks like lots of little pieces dangling loose on an elaborate tall piece. Okay. 35. A skull. I wonder if we're going to have a lot of skulls left over. Maybe not. And a lantern. I don't see any lantern there. Oh, here's one. Several lanterns. Okay. I'm taking this a little bit slow because it has a good amount of chaos to it. I want to make sure I get each step right. I don't want to get this side of this like situated, move on to the other side, and then have it fall off or fall over. Excuse me. I've been having a lot of fun painting vampires lately, or vampire counts. Some really nice castings for sculpts. So my wife was like, "Those are very different than the other ones you paint." I'm like, "Not really. Blood angels are vampires too." Yeah. Right. So this becomes the side of the carriage, and this goes in here. It's gonna be iffy. I should probably glue the little stuff on this first and then attach it to the main thing. And you know what? I may actually use super glue. I may actually use super glue with this. When it doesn't matter if I confuse the skull heads. I don't think so. That's one. Hopefully it stays. Two. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, you know what? I missed a spot. I'll get that in a second. Did I just not shave this? I might have forgot to shave it. I did pieces of it. I just missed those spots. So we went and did a whole bunch of errands today to get set for the storm. So we got all sorts of snacks and things, and lunch and meat, whatnot. Right, and this goes where? Where did that? There it is. This does not show it very well. Because there, but that is not strong. Let's give it a try. basically flat surface to flat surface, but still, I much prefer where there's something that gives some strength to the join. Come on. It's a little bit better. Okay, so we have this is over here, and it has two connection areas, which I am actually going to use super glue for. Okay. Okay, and some accelerant. Okay, let's see if we can get this. All right. I think the super glue is a good idea, because that just seemed like a bad connection area. Okay, now we've got, oh my gosh, tons and tons of other tiny pieces on a big piece here, which I guess is any sort of model assembly. Okay. This is piece number one. That's bad joint. Bleh. Oh, there, gosh. I have to clean this a lot. It's got like tons of connection points here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 and 3 are some skulls. I wonder what I should do with all the extra pieces. Like there's going to be like 2 or 3 pieces of vampires just lounging around that I'm not going to be using. I'll probably slap them on some sort of, there we go, some sort of base for somebody, or put them on Prince Vorderai's base. They're just hanging out underneath his dragon or something. 3 is another regular skull. That's not right there. Oh, there, 3. This is a special regular skull. 4 is a weapon or like a spear of some kind. I do not see it. Is it over here? There it is. Spear. and somebody's arm. Now a bunch of shields. So 5. I'm curious if these are okay stats-wise in the game. Like, I've never looked up their stuff. They just look cool, but, you know, be nice if they killed stuff. Is that it? Yep, 7. All right, there. Okay. All right. Clean them. This looks bent. What if it got warped? Could be artistic license. Maybe it needs it to fit. Some of these shields are pretty nicely done. There. That's pretty cool. So you can see it. Spooky. Very spooky. Like, if I had to paint this right now without looking at anything for reference or whatever, I think I would probably be leaning to just one big, base color of ethereal stuff, and then maybe picking out like the weapons or something. Make them seem material, everything else ethereal. But I don't know. Okay. So this, get the heads. This head goes on top. At least these have big contact areas here, so hopefully it won't be a problem. This guy looks a little bit like White King. This guy has a little regular head. And spear goes on the end of this guy's arm. There we go. That's good. It's coming together. And then shields. It's like 3 different shields. And you kind of have to put them in the right order because they overlap. This one, well, maybe not. Maybe it just looks like they might give that illusion. No, they don't overlap, just close. From a forward angle, they look like they might. There. That's kind of neat. All right, now we have to attach the superstructure to it, which is going to be as iffy as the other thing too. So we'll have to see. Okay. So we need 30, 31, 32, 33, and then we're going to have to assemble the stairs. So let's see. Where is this? Oh, here it is. Yep. All right, some skulls and a lantern. There we go. Where's the lamp? I think it's on the other thing. It was for, yeah, there. All right, we're getting there. It's going to take a bit. All right, little stuff first. So we need skulls. Hopefully it doesn't matter which one I put on where. Let's see. Okay, lantern. It's going to go right there where I need to shave it a little bit better. Yeah. Keep sliding around. Okay, stick. Okay, that's good. And this now goes on over. Yeah. And goes in. Don't see any slots. Huh. That. Okay. So I'm going to do this with super glue again. And some accelerant here, because I am impatient. And this goes right there. Like that. All right. 12 seconds usually for accelerant to work. Give it a little bit extra. So there. All right. And those are the sides. And now the stairs. Oh, which the stairs does not seem to be that big a deal. He said, hopefully. I suppose it should be called a dais for a palanquin. All right. All right, that's kind of cool. There's all these skulls on the stairs. That'll be fun to paint. I'm starting to think this was a job for sub-assemblies. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, where's the other piece? I need 29, which I do not. I mean, it looks like another step. There it is. But sub-assemblies are for the weak. Except for heads. Better to paint heads. Separate. Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights are good for sub-assemblies. Is their armor. I did that once. Missing a spot. Oh well. Okay. At least this goes together pretty darn easy. There we go. Oops. There. Stick. Page 3. Oh, this is just putting it all together, basically. So that's the middle. Those are those two sides, and this is in there. And then you make it look pretty with a whole bunch of little stuff. So interesting. Okay, so it looks like maybe best to use this. Oh no, we got to get like the back of the palanquin, which is 38. Just this. Why are there multiple things like this, though? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look ahead in the instructions. Aha. Okay. There are different build options. Okay, but this is the only piece I need for this, and then put all the other stuff together. So, yay. Ouch. A little bit of a cut. Tiny bit of a cut. All right, so we take this, and then we take this. And that goes like that. And this goes in up here. And I see his place that I forgot to clean. And then I realize I have to glue this again. Because that did not stick. A little too loose. I can just do the whole thing. All right. I'll hold this for a little bit. Or fail. Fail to hold it for a little bit. There. Stay. All right, but this goes. This fits against the superstructure. Hopefully. Oh, that's nice. That seems to actually fit pretty well if you got all the pieces together. Let's see if we can get this. I'm starting to think maybe I should use super glue because these are going to be very important joins. It looks like there's some that only have a few contact points to support, like a big structure. Because let's see, this. Did I just break that guy's sword? Yes, I did. I reached over and just grabbed it, and there it went. So this is up here. And then this. What the heck, man? That plugs in there. And man, and I grab a hold of this guy's sword again. This thing is mean. Stay. But seriously, where the heck? Okay, so this thing connects to this thing. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Just that one part supports that entire structure. Well, not the entire, the other side too supports it. That is definitely super glue or calls for super glue and accelerant. All right. Let's try this. Push that guy's sword again. Dang it. This is going to be iffy. You know, I'm going to super glue that guy's sword. I keep touching it. I keep touching it when I'm trying to get these things to go. Failing. All right. That's good. You and your freaking sword. Tear that off in a minute. Yes, glue. And accelerant. I keep just hitting this thing. All right. Oh, come on, sucker. Stay. Please stay. Okay. Stay. This thing is crazy. It looks cool. It is crazy. And I need to put this in before I put in the other part. Which way does it go? Hard to tell. Okay, well, no. It's got pointy things on either side. I think this is it. This looks more like, yeah. Like, don't want to put it down. Okay, it's going to go over here. This is not going to fit too easily. Just big surface area. But you know what? Again, yeah, super glue. Be so careful. It probably doesn't matter which side is which, but I'll know. Hey, Arlight, how's it going? Just putting together a Mortis engine. And it is an iffy experience, man, I have to say. Very delicate. So I'm cheating and using super glue and accelerant. Switch. Stay. Hopefully that works. Okay. And did not touch that guy's sword. All right, there. And now this goes on the other side and connects there. Let's see. Oh, cool, man. How did that go? Did you do the gold standard, or did you do something else for their colors? I think that's another contact point. Yeah. Oh, building. Cool. Teal and copper. Cool. Oh, copper. That should be interesting. I'd be interested in seeing that. All right. This is going in. I'm going to have to move this a little. I haven't messed with any custodies yet. I don't know. I'm so old. I remember that, like, my memory of the lore is that they're supposed to stay on Terra, and that's it. Like, seeing them as an army is just weird for me. Oh, dude, this thing. Okay. Yeah, snap. That's the problem with super glue and accelerant is if you need to adjust it, and sometimes it can be iffy. I'm actually going to do regular glue now because I want to get that right there. And I think we do need that wiggle room right now. And I think I need to tighten this up. We've been playing Warhammer for a while because I've only just recently got back into, well, like a year ago recently. But let's see which. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Had to what? Had to, I can't read. Mega UVR, a knife fourth. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Don't recognize. Oh, the shield captain. I don't know if this is going to fit. Cool. Oh, this is not sticking. There's part of it down here now that needs glue. I've heard they're a fun build, that getting the custodies together. Like that they have a decent amount, a little bit of customization, and they're not a hassle. Stick in there. This is very temperamental. Sorry, I'm like focusing on this. Stick these. It like has several contact areas that are sort of like fighting against each other. Because this is a little bit thicker up top. Oh, let's see. Guns Are Last Christmas. Cool. I feel sorry for your wallet, but it's always fun to have people coming into the hobby, and it's always fun to talk to folk. Like I used to play way back when, but only like the last couple of years have I gotten back into the game. Well, soon there's going to be a another edition, so learn some, but don't worry about it. There's always everybody is always learning. Okay, so there. This looks like is what we've got. Oh wait, that did not. See, this came loose again. Yeah, 11th edition is on the way. Hopefully it'll be fun. This edition was a little bit weird with the cover rules. Oh, cool. I mean, Custodians and Space Marines? Space Marines are so fun to paint. Ouch. This dude stabbed me. What the hell is this? Yeah, his helmet stabbed me. This thing is so delicate. Oh, cool. Have you played any? I've only played like 3 times in 10th edition, but I had fun. It was a lot of fun. But that could have been like the people I was playing it with. I could have had fun playing Monopoly with them. So we don't have like a store anywhere near where I'm at in Massachusetts. Are you anywhere you're going to have to deal with the blizzard that's coming tomorrow? It's going to have like 16 inches of snow. Which I'm not looking forward to. Let's see. This is the first model I feel like I maybe should have clamps for to get it to sit and stick. Stay. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm just going to have to hold it. All right. All right, page 4. Okay. Now put it on the base. Where did I put the base? There it is. It is an insane base. Look at that. That is crazy. So this is definitely going to be super glue. Like a lot of super glue. Okay. All right, let's try this. Get this settled. All right, how's that going? It's straight on. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to start for me. It's going to be around 11 o'clock. So if you're around anywhere around like in Massachusetts, hopefully you've got like a few hours of morning where you can do it. I'm going to hold this for a bit because I really need this to be stable. It'd be nice to be able to set it down while I'm working on this. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, feels solid. Stay. All right, now I need to put on some screaming skulls. So Let's see. Here they are. I really am going to need to look at a video to see how to paint this thing. But I am not looking forward to the blizzard. But it should be interesting. You know, I've never been like in so much snowfall. I think the worst snowfall I've had before was like 8 inches. This is going to be like twice as that. Okay, screaming skulls. Actually, they're not screaming. They're just kind of floating. Maybe they don't make any noise at all. Some mold lines on this. Okay, so far, this has been a little challenging. Like, there was one part that was very challenging, but I found like the Nighthaunt Combat Patrol was harder for some reason. Like, I could not get those guys to stick together, and their contact points were so small. These are at least gone together a little bit better. Everything okay. Mostly clear. Clear. Okay. Where do these go? They look like they all go on the left side. Let's see. Okay, this one goes down here. So, this goes over here. So these are crazy looking. I don't know. Hard to tell where they should go. Well, let's see. Spin it upside down. Yeah. Well, have you used accelerant with super glue and stuff? Because that has helped me a lot, like over the last year. Because converts like holding something for 1 minute, 2 minutes to like 12 seconds. But it has a drawback in that you have to make sure you get it quick. Otherwise, you can screw it up and it solidifies super quick. Okay, this goes underneath this skull over here. Where is that? Right here, I think. Yeah, I forget the brand that I use. It's got like some really innocuous name, like Bob Smith Industries. But it's been a lifesaver. Or the alternative is you can get those like little alligator clips, and you can like have pieces held. This does not seem to fit well. You can't really see it very well from this angle. You know what? I'm just going to super glue that too. Okay, all right. Thanks for stopping by, man. It was nice. It's always nice to have people to talk to. Because this is very lonely out here late at night. But good luck with the custodies. I try to do this each Saturday. So I'll talk to you later. All right, that's better. Which, okay, this big one goes back here somewhere. That's so weird. Great. Missed a spot here. At least it's sticking together. Yeah. That doesn't look right. It looks better. I am engaging my artistic freedom with the placement of this piece. Because why not? And this goes somewhere like this. I'm just sticking this on the side. Oh, hey, channel. What's up? I am trying to put this thing together, and it is a bastard. It is a right bastard, I have to say. Click. Oh. Yeah. Well, the main thing is Scott doesn't have a lot of pieces, but all the point places where you join it to it are really like organic, so you can't really tell, and they don't like click into place. You have a lot of play, so it's like it hates me. Basically, is what I feel. Uh, but it's a nice figure, but it does hate me. Uh, I'll be happy when I'm done. Let's put it that way. I should know better. Anytime I've worked on Night Haunt stuff, except for like the simple push fit ones, they have killed me. They've just been monsters because of this, because it's hard to see where they're supposed to join and all that. You know, but like most of this, I'd say 90% of this model sits on two very small positions for the thing to connect to the rest of the model. Yeah. Let's try it. Like everything connects right there. All right, right there. Right there. It's not very supportive. Yeah, I'm going to put this somewhere else. I'm going to put this just wherever I want. Put it right there. Maybe right there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight the power and just do what I want. That's right, Games Workshop. I'm ignoring your instruction manual. Which, by the way, the instruction manual has had no less than 3 typos with multiple pieces being called the same number. So I'm pretty annoyed. I'm pretty annoyed with this model. It's beautiful though. It's going to be a lot of fun to paint, but damn. I'm just going to hold this extra because this thing has been so temperamental. Hold it extra long. Okay, that's you need to wash the models. Often, either that can be some sort of oil on it, or that can be like sometimes older models. The process for the plastic, they use injection molding. They use like an oil to make it easier. Like you had to wash all the plastics. But if that's not it, then it might have gotten exposed to something. Like if you used varnish in the area, or any sort of aerosol thing. But when I've had that, just wash it and try it again. And that's why I always try like to do super thin coats of primer and then take a good gander at it to see if it purchases or not. Right there, there. It's did this fall off? No, wait, did it? Oh no, it didn't. Okay, that works. Okay. There. All right. Now on to the Mortis engine step to make it what an actual Mortis engine is, which involves, looks like a lot of schmutz. Lots of stuff. I thought I was getting close to being done. I am not close to being done. Even though I am getting very tired. What time is it? It's almost 2? Dang. I might have to hold off on this. It's getting there though. Okay. The other stuff. There's not that many pieces left, so maybe. But if they're as temperamental as the rest, maybe too much. Oh, in Florida? Oh, you're not getting anything. We're getting 16 inches here. I'm probably going to take a picture of the pond again and post it up and see what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, the last word was 16 and a half inches. Tomorrow, starting at 11 o'clock. So we're all hunkered down. We've got everything settled. Supplies, we got the generator ready, fueled and ready. But yeah, it's gonna be a mess. Like we have a guy who plows the driveway. He said, yeah, he expects to come out here 3 times. I'm like, that's great, man. Do what you gotta. All right, I need some skulls, 70 and 72, which they're not on that sprue. Where are the skulls? Oh, that's 45 and 42. I don't see any skulls other than these 2. It could be more typos. It could be. Oh wait, there's one up there. That's the skull, 72. Now need another skull. 70. 45, 42. I mean, I suppose I could use another skull. No, there he is. 70. Okay, so we got those skulls. We need the prow, which is 274s and 76. Oh, there's another typo. They have 274s. 74, 75, 76. Luckily, I'm smart and I can catch that sort of thing. Good. And where's 76? 76 is some dude. I don't see him. Is he over here? Is he over here? It's got to be on here somewhere. I do not see him. He looks like... Like he's in a stockade or something. I can't find him. Oh, wait, there we go. I think that's him. He was hidden. Ah, that's interesting. It's a book. Ah, that's weird. He's like holding up a big book. All right. Then we need... And 73, 90, 68. So this is this here. I wish I knew what all these things were. Like weird arcane things. Like how the Mortis engine works. There. And then the big gateway. All right. Oh, wait. I think after these things, they're pretty cool looking. A jerk to put together, though. I mean, I'm basing them for vampire counts for the old world. Because I don't play Sigmar. But I like some of their new figures. Like some of their character models are cool. Like their Mortark. What's her face? The Mortark of Despair. And they have a dead king who's like floating around on the throne. Yeah, maybe. Have you seen? There's on YouTube. But there's a guy who did a conversion of the new Nightbringer into like a ghost of Sanguinius. It's amazing. It's basically he took it and he converted it and smoothed down the entire cloak, gave it a flaming sword and like a lion shoulder pad, and so it's this big, hoodless or faceless hood in a black cloak. So it looks amazing. I can't remember. I wish I could remember the guy's name. I just look for like Nightbringer conversion or something. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. It made me immediately go like, oh my god, I need to do that to my Nightbringer. And it's the new Nightbringer one. And but then I was like, no, because he he showed his process, and what he did was he basically cannibalized like $500 worth of figures. He like took Gulliman's Roboute Gulliman's his halo, his sword. He took from a Bretonnian baron the wings from his Pegasus, and then he took the Nightbringer, completely converted him over, and some other like a shoulder pad from I think Lionel Johnson or something. And so it's like he took pieces from $500 worth of figs to make this one, but it's beautiful. It is amazing, and it made me start looking like, oh, I need to find something where I can do that without spending that much money, you know. And like I'm looking at like different things on Etsy, like looking for like a Grim Reaper figure and looking for this flaming sword and some wings I can get from somewhere. Like I have an older like a third party Nightbringer figure. I was like thinking of chopping it up and doing it like a Temu version, but I don't know. That's on the back burner for now. But also those oh gosh, I got coming those Space Wolf Scouts. Yeah, and he paints it beautifully. He paints it beautifully, and so I mean, it is definitely a one of kind model, which I was totally going to copy. I was totally going to steal, you know, if I could, because I'm like I've got a Bretonnian Baron that I don't use, you know, and but then the process he goes because because the Nightbringer, his entire body has like this circuitry pattern, and he very meticulously fills in every single little indentation with paste, and to create a solid flow. And then he smooths all of the like the sharp angles on the cloak, and it's just it's beautiful. It made me realize like, oh my god, I'm I am such a noob, but it's so beautiful. I really wanted to steal it. Which I might in some form at some point, because the idea of Sanguinius manifesting as some sort of ghost to like the Sanguinor, that's pretty cool. I haven't painted a Blood Angel for a good bit of time now since I've been on the vampire kick. Starting to Jones, but then again, vampires and Blood Angels are sort of the same. I think I looked up. I think the words I used to look it up because I was looking for it again another time, and I think it was like Nightbringer, Blood Angels conversion, and I think that's what found it. Otherwise, it was hard because there's a lot of content out there for people painting the Nightbringer and converting it and doing different stuff with it. Because that's a nice looking figure. I'm looking forward to messing around with that one. Which means I'll have to make some more Necron music. Oh man, I'm getting tired though. It's almost 3 in the morning. Well, no, a little bit after 2 in the morning. Let's see. Ooh, there's a piece I missed. Main thing I envy about probably in about I'm going to give it 3 hours, so 50 minutes from now. But unless I start passing out, like if my eyes start getting droopy, then I'll have to call it because X-Acto knives and sleepiness do not mix. And I've only shed blood on the channel once so far. Try to keep that to that. Like what? 60 days since workplace violence. I'm kind of looking forward to the snow in a way because it'll be interesting and new. It's going to be crazy to figure out how to, like, get the puppy out to let her do her business. We may have to, like, clear a significant portion, or, well, take her out to the garage, maybe. Another thing about these figures is there's so many rough parts on it that it's hard to tell where it joined to the sprue. You know, I see. I grew up in Florida, so, and I've moved up here, and I thought I would hate it. I thought I would hate snow and everything, but I found, like, I really love Christmas up here. Yeah. Well, thing is, though, some of my worst winters have been in Florida when it has dipped because the houses are all made, so to not keep any heat inside. And so, like, some of the times I felt the coldest has been in Florida because it's been like, damn, the furnace pops on and it still feels like it does nothing. But to say, I grew up in, like, the St. Petersburg area in Tampa, and I liked how it seemed during the summer every day at like 4:38, a big storm would hit. Like tons of rain would fall, and for like a period of maybe 12 minutes, and then be done. But it was still nice, and the smell of petrichor after that was always wonderful. You know, so I do miss Florida, but I'm loving the winters up here. I've been up here for, gosh, almost 20 years now. God, it's crazy to think that much time has flown by. I don't know if you know, like, if you know Sunken Gardens, it's like a B tier, C tier, like, tourist trap theme park. I used to live like right down the road from it. Every night I'd go there. I'd skip school and go to the Sunken Gardens. Okay, all right, okay. Let's get this. So this, we get the book and the book holders. This goes like this. I think it goes like this. Or does it go the other way? Oh, it goes like that. Look at that. Such tiny places to connect. And then it doesn't even have like a groove. How does this go? So obnoxious. That is crazy. You know what? This might actually be easier if I put it on. What the heck? If I put this down on here first, and then try to get it to work. Uh, Basically did network security for a long chunk of time and content management for a time. Now just contracting most part, but semi-retired, I'd have to say. I think that's going to work. I think that's better, maybe. I need to see. Yeah, that's exactly where it's supposed to go. There we go. This I cannot superglue. I need it to not be super glued so I can give it some wiggle room. Okay. This will be easier because then I can connect it. Yeah. I don't know. It's getting harder. I do not envy people, like if I was 20, 30 years old now, I would be very grumpy because it is getting harder and harder. I found that basically for me, it's been, well, spending that free time wisely as best I can, you know, because I've been like I used to be going in tons and tons of different directions. And now I tell myself, like, okay, you're going to spend an hour, 2 hours today doing, well, lately it's, of course, last couple of years been painting, you know, but used to be doing a lot of other stuff. And so now it's weird. I used to, like I used to play video games or role playing games or, you know, do other things outdoors, work on do a lot more landscaping than I do now. But now I feel like, okay, focus. Is that right? Doing this the exact opposite way of the instructions worked way better. Like seriously, way better. Oh crap! I did not shave that. Oh, no. Where's my? There. Yeah, I need to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to every time I look at this, I'm going to see this skull with the big sprue connection on it. I gotta get rid of it. Yeah, seriously. Well, this is an older, excuse me, this is an older model. So Games Workshop used to be way more fast and loose, apparently. Thing is, I remember like when, back when I was a teenager playing Games Workshop things, getting like a box of orcs. They gave you, well, for a time you didn't get any instructions. With that. Yeah, enough green stuff and super glue. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. But that's what I did with those skulls on the sides because I was like, no, they don't fit in where they're supposed to fit. But the boxes of like I got the old, they had this big bright yellow box and inside of it had I think 30 or 40 orcs and no instructions, but it was obvious because each orc was made of, here's two legs, here's two arms, here's a body, here's his head, and the guns. Slap it on. That was it. They're, much more crude figures, all told, but they had their own charm. And the thing is, I was like looking at Amazon the other day. That same box I got as a kid for, I think at the time it was like $15, is selling for like $160 now. The exact same box, which I understand collectors and stuff, but bleh. Which way does this go? Okay, the locks go on the front. So like this. And then this just pops into the main thing. Goes there. Some more glue. Goes in here. All right. Please stick. I'm getting hungry. Okay. Oh, I need to put skulls on these. I did not get the chest. Did I clean this at all? No, I did. I just missed that one spot. My wife was telling me she likes me painting the vampires more than the Space Marines. And I was like, what? Blasphemy! And but I'm enjoying painting the vampires. Kind of a nice break. I don't know how happy I'm going to be when I'm painting like 60 skeletons and like 40 zombies or whatever. But the vampire character models are pretty fun. Oh, but I'm looking forward to the Blood Knights though. I'm really looking forward to I've got 10 Blood Knights ready to go. And I don't know if you've seen them, man, but they have a beautiful banner bearer, standard bearer. And it's just this huge banner that's, I'd say, 3 inches long and like an inch and a half tall with very elaborate filigree and detail. I'm going to paint the heck out of that. Yeah, they are so nice. And they actually fit on the 30 by 60 bases. So I'm not going to have any problems using them for the old world. I noticed the like Age of Sigmar figures really put a lot of emphasis on extra stuff on the bases, which is kind of neat. But it makes me have to like cannibalize some of them to put them on like a 25 millimeter base. Okay. All right. Anything else on this? No. So these go pointing. You know what? I should have known which one was which. I think they go like this. Okay. All right. I think these go outwards. Where do these connect to? Like that. Oh, it's going to be tough. That's still not sticking. Yeah, that's not staying in there. Why are you not sticking? Stick. Yeah, I have to say the Blood Knights are one of my favorite like fantasy models. I was trying to figure out like how I was going to paint them. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that means super glue. But I was trying to figure out like how I was going to paint them, and then I painted that 1 foot vampire in the red armor. And I was like, there we go. Like a Zenithal is going to work well, I hope. So you can get like black armor with hints of red. Hopefully that'll be okay. Oh geez, almost knocked over my bottle. Okay, stick. Is that loose? Or is it just bounce? Yeah, that's bouncing naturally because it is plastic. All right. So what was I doing? Okay, this and this. This goes back here. Connects like that. That's probably going to suck. Yeah, that's probably going to suck. All right, we're going to give this a try. It's going to be risky. Bugger. I just needed to stay for a little bit and then I can solidify it. Kind of right there. This part is not happy. All right. Maybe I have to give it some play. And this goes the same way, but different. There and there. I'm just going to try regular glue because I may have to manipulate it some. Maybe. And then this goes here. What does it connect to? Oh, the bottoms. Interesting. Well, that's not going to work because these are too wide. Maybe I have to move it. Nope. This is going to be crappy. That's another picture of it. Oh, it's almost on the floor. Okay, it's on the floor. And it just sort of fits in there, I guess. It still sucks. Like really kind of sucks. Let's try it. Well, if this works, I'll be very happy. If this works, I will be extremely happy. You know what? This is not smart. This is not smart because I got to get in there to paint that. I should not be putting this on there. Or I could just spray paint the whole thing and do a pastel blue contrast paint thing and then just say blah. But no. Not gluing that on there. I should be smarter than that. So we're going on to the next step. Which are a whole bunch of ghosts that are flying all around the thing. Any PC gaming? I play a lot of Total War Warhammer, unsurprisingly. Space Marine 2. I used to play a lot of multiplayer with that. I got to level 24 out of 25, and and they kept adding like new expansions and stuff. I fell out of it. I like lost behind the meta of it. Uh, I got a few things that I kind of want to play, but honestly, I've kind of abandoned PC gaming more for doing this stuff. You know, uh, like I play Total War Warhammer when I'm like doing other stuff, and like I take a turn or two, and then I go and one off do more stuff. Then I come back and take a turn or two. Uh, I mean, I really enjoyed Space Marine too. I'm a sucker for games where you can, get your gear, and if it's possible, have a team and you attack different points. Like I really liked, what was it, the Rainbow Six or Ghost Recon Wildlands. I really enjoyed that. Um, yeah, I like the Far Cry games because they're goofy, but they're fun because I just like being able to stealth around and shoot. I didn't like it so much when they really like said, okay, there's something to fight every 20 feet. I like having more of a, downtime lends the combat more emphasis. So, but yeah, okay, that's 86. So, I can tell I'm getting tired. I'm like getting sleepy. Okay, 86. 85 is some ghost with knives. There, 85. Like I've had the Oblivion game like remaster, and I had what is it, Tainted Grail, and I've like played them once, and I have not given them time. And I remember I used to like play the heck out of games like that, you know. 84, 82, 83. Okay. But I think I get distracted, and I feel like guilty that I'm not, producing, that I'm not getting some figures out there and doing stuff. And like I say, oh, I should really be working on those intercessors, Let's see, 3. Like I've got the same 5 intercessors sitting there on my desk, and I've got like yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, like, I keep trying to tell myself, you're not. It's not a pile of shame. You're not, beholden. It's basically you have all the figures as opportunities or options to do different things when you get the mood, And like sometimes inspiration strikes, like with that, that guy. He said he was working on another project, and then he decided, an idea of a ghost of Sanguinius would be very cool, So really, I don't view it as a pile of shame. It's a pile of opportunity. I don't know if I can just find this figure. It's when something gets onto my desk, I feel like obliged. I feel like, okay, I'm neglecting those poor guys. I can't find this knife. He's got like a floaty knife somewhere. Floaty skeleton knife. Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yes, that's it. 2 knives. Huh. He's dual wielding. Okay. So that's that dude. That's that dude. And there's 80 and 81. Actually, every now and then, though, I feel a little bit bad when I get like a new model, and my wife like looks at me and it's like, all those other ones you haven't painted. Single showpiece model. Well, that's the thing. Like I've been, 2 years back in the hobby, I played maybe 4 times, not 5 times, you know. But I don't know. It's just a lot of enjoyment and to complete a project. So I mean, if you like right lately, I'm just painting one figure and being like, yay. So if you get that dopamine hit, then that's great. And so doing showpiece figures, oh man, I need the excuse of saying I'm just making them table ready because my stuff is rough. But I mean, if doing showpiece figures makes you happy, then that is a thing to pursue for sure. Let's see. Like I feel good that I'm able to spend a few hours and get some good stuff out there to hit the table. Like I'm really enjoying those vampires. I have to say, vampires are so nice. I have oh, I've there. This is the one I'm working on right now, and it is the female operative from the kill team or Warcry team. She's not done, but getting there. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I need to feel like I'm pushing because I get impatient. Like if I work on a model too long, I start to just want to get it done. You know, I don't have patience for it. Okay. I think this is, yeah, that's it. And then need a driver. 77, 78, 79. Thank you. She's going to come along. I still have like 3 more vampires and then other character models. 79. But my wife motivated me because since she got a bunch, like a few more for Christmas for me, and they were super cool. Like that Prince Vordray is a really nice model. Like I'd say the Prince Vordray I did is like the best thing I've painted so far. And I don't know, it's nice having a thing done, being just done with it. Where's this? Oh, there it is. Trying to push it. I'm going to try to finish tonight. I don't know if I can. Okay. I can already tell that these are going to be kind of crazy to put because they look like they're like barely connecting to the model, except for like the cart driver. He just sits on there. Well, lately I've been having fun with the Suno. It's the AI music channel or music website, which is some holodeck level crap. It's been pretty fun just messing around with that. It's a big editor. A lot of things you can tweak. It's fun because you can say, basically say, computer, write me a rock opera. That's rough. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not denying anyone any money because there's no money that I would pay for somebody to write me a rock opera for the Blood Angels. But it's amazing that it's always production keeps getting cheaper and cheaper and coming down to a lower and lower level so that you get more and more creativity. I feel it's giving people more of a avenue to do things. But I never thought like this makes me actually think like, gosh, we're going to probably have games down the line where you can say, or systems down the line where you say, hey, I'd like to play this character in this setting, in this sort of format for a game, and eventually it'll be able to create something similar for you. It'd be kind of crazy. I haven't messed with any imagery. I've only messed with music stuff. Like the imagery never really impressed me too much. I thought it was cool, like a cool trick to say, draw me a dog with 5 legs or whatever. But the music has impressed me, like enough to actually like give them some money. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it kind of can. Like, have you ever looked at, oh gosh, what is it? Hero Forge? Like, Hero Forge is a website where you can create your own custom miniatures. And they're kind of like, they look cartoony right now. I'm sure eventually maybe they'll be able to change it. But you can also paint them on the web page and it'll be perfectly painted. Actually, here. I was running a Dungeons and Dragons game for my family, and I made custom miniatures for everybody's character from the website. And this is one of them. And this is basically my dungeon master figure, where this is supposed to represent me, doing dungeon mastery things. And this is it. They paint, the website painted this with just injected plastic, basically. And it's kind of crazy. So yeah, they're going to be able to do painted figures. I hope it doesn't kill the hobby. I don't think it will, but we'll see. But I do feel like the whole thing of AI is very much, horseless carriage, chimney sweeps. It's going to be, it's a thing. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Which sucks in some ways, but tools have always been about giving people the capability to do something, to express themselves that they can. I understand though that they grab other people's information, their other stuff, but references other people's work. But there's always been people impersonating people. There's always been cover bands. There's always been people who take their inspiration from other people. And I think that's a losing battle. But on a purely selfish level, I want to be able to tell a computer to make a game for me and to have it made. Even if it's kind of, ass at first. But I think at that point, though, they make things like handcrafted things, very premium. Warning that an AI superintelligence will be the last invention mankind will ever make. Well, sort of. I mean, this right now, though, this AI isn't really so much intelligence; it's pattern recognition and replication. Like everybody knows who's ever worked with any AI knows it lies and is often very wrong. But if it involves patterns, which weirdly enough, code is a thing, but there's a lot of patterns in numerology and music, which is interesting how it can recreate some things. But I don't think it'll ever replace talented people. Just the market will probably change. And it's always been that way, like local production, homegrown production always rises up. Yeah. You see with the indie game scene now, take over the menial blue collar jobs, and we want, yeah, we'll see. It could still do, like, it depends on how robots turn out, you know? Let's see, blue collar, we won't have to work. We could just do art and music, but yeah, it's not going to be Star Trek or Starfleet. Yeah. I mean, people have said a universal income at some point, but whenever you, like, it's raising the minimum wage, you do that and everything else still just goes up. Everything goes up to compensate. And you see, raising the minimum wage, now we don't have cashiers, we have kiosks. So, I'm too tired and grumpy at this point to talk about it. I'm glad I did not put this piece on there. All right, let me try to see if I can get all these guys together. Man, I'm going to have to use super glue for most of this. There we go. That's bad. Got excess there. With squish outside the side, out of the sides. Clean it a little bit. Yeah, I could see robots, being used for senior care and stuff. Although that could be because I saw some movie years ago. Robot and Frank. That was it. It was a nice movie, but it was also depressing as hell. Okay, this guy goes like this. Yep. At least that goes well. With the blizzard coming tomorrow, part of me wants to like sleep in, so you get the experience of like waking up and everything's different, and seeing all the snow covering everything. Could be fun. Okay. Then part of me also wants to see like all the coming down. All scary. Right there. Okay, it's these two mostly done. There. Stick. Okay, so that. Moving next. Oh, this. So this goes. This feels like the joints could be what the Trinity used to think. Yeah. Well, Cyberpunk has always been kind of crazy. But yeah, this thing's got a lot of crazy parts to it. The Cyberpunk dystopian future is, I feel like a core tenet of that is Like, you don't matter, nobody matters, you know. And so it's all about the struggle for everybody in their own way to try to make themselves matter. And it's a little too close to real life to me, man. It's like, depressing. Although I did enjoy playing the game. Yeah. This Banshee's kind of cool looking. Let's see, it's got two knives. And her that. So when I was a teenager, I used to play, Cyberpunk and D&D and Shadowrun. And back then, it was like, super cool. We are getting closer and closer. No cyberware though, or not much. And the closest I got is I got a lens implanted into my eye, which has been acting up a bit. I got to go back to the doc in a couple of weeks. Okay. Is this how it's supposed to go? Yeah, on the SNES, that one with yeah, I played that one. Oh gosh, when you woke up in a morgue, right? I remember you like woke up in a morgue, and then you could go and you could be either a mage or a samurai. And I don't remember anything about that game, like any story, like any plot points. I think you went to like a reservation at one point. The Genesis Shadowrun game was pretty fun, but it was more of like an action RPG where you just built up a character. The SNES one was a nice adventure. I'll hold this for a bit. Jack Armitage, yeah, the morgue. That's cool. Shadowrun was such a fun setting. And I was super excited. They did like within the last decade, I think they had all those RPG Shadowrun games. Did you mess with those at all? They're kind of neat, but the combat was kind of crap. I did not care for it. Like it was pseudo XCOM-ish, combat, but it didn't really have any real tactics to it. As long as you brought a shotgun, you pretty much won because the shotguns just did so much damage. You're a courier with a programming. Yeah. Oh man, that's bringing back memories. I would love it if somebody did something equivalent, like Cyberpunk 2077 equivalent Shadowrun. Did you ever read any of the like the Shadowrun books, like the RPG books, or the setting? 'Cause it is one of my favorite settings because it's weirdly they had another. Basically, they had the entire premise of Shadowrun and Earth Dawn, which was its prequel, was that every 80,000 years, magic fluctuates and goes. They were great. I love the magic fluctuating thing, and the whole idea that the only way to deal with it was to hunker down, and they basically created Fallout vaults for fantasy, and so they had to hide from all the eldritch horrors, and then come out and reestablish society. And and we came back out, and so this version of Civilization came back out when Magic was low, but now it's getting high again. Oh, it's so wonderful. And I remember running a Dungeons and Dragons game for people, and the entire premise was this was ebbing. Like they didn't know they were in an Earth Dawn setting, but it was Earth Dawn before Magic got so high. And over the course of the campaign, like their magic got more effective. They started to get bonuses to everything. But then they realized, like, oh, we need to do something to save society, and they basically had to start building their own vaults, and then later on we did a time jump to their great 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 grandchildren, and it was a lot of fun way back when. I miss playing tabletop stuff. They don't have like a tabletop game or store anywhere near here. And folks like moved away from family and friends somewhat, but it is pretty wonderful up here though. Small things though. All right, I'm totally like lost. Okay, I actually think I might keep these separate because I kind of want to paint them separately and then put them on the figure. So actually, I may be done because I definitely do not want to try to paint these while attached to the superstructure. So yeah, I think I'm done. It was nice talking to you, channel. It's always fun. I have to figure out what I'm going to do next time. But keep me up to date. Put the stuff you're working on your channel. I like seeing the Raven Guard guys and your puppies. All right, y'all take care. Good night. I'm going to shut it down. See ya.